So one way God will test us is the same way he tested Balaam. In Numbers 22, God told Balaam not to go curse the people because they were a blessed people. Yet, it says that later on that God says to go with them, but only do what he says. And yes, it does say God says that. But when Balaam went, the Lord was angry with him and sent an angel to stand against him. And if it wasn't for the donkey, the angel would have killed him. So what happened was God was testing Balaam to see if he would follow his original commandment, the commandment that lined up with his character. But Balaam failed. Balaam chose to go instead of questioning God. You can question God. You can. If you feel like there is something telling you different than what you've said before, question God. And then get into the Bible and ask him to reveal the truth for you. I got tested this way in a video that I had made before. I mentioned about Deuteronomy 13, where this false prophet came to me and gave me this word. And to tell you the truth, I did question God, but I didn't thoroughly study the word like I should have. And I did hear that yes, and I did hear the go ahead, but I didn't continue seeking. I didn't continue questioning. I just followed it, and that was an issue. So when you hear something that seems contradictory, God is testing your heart to see whether you will follow his commands or you will give in to your own flesh and desires. He does not tempt you. Your flesh and desires tempt you to sin, but he will test you through that temptation. With my story, I could discern the fact that my peace was gone. And so I kept asking God, why is my peace gone? Eventually, when he sat me back down and took me to the same scriptures of what he originally had told me before I accepted this wrong word, I re-accepted what he had for me, and my peace came back. So in that moment, my heart was tested. I tested that I would rather do the commands of God than follow my own flesh or my own desires. And I passed and I came out stronger. But there was a moment where I was weak. There was a moment where I knew that it was like, let's just say it was a really bad month. But you guys, it will happen. So just watch out, be aware, make sure that you're questioning God and you're seeking him in the Bible, because, we can listen to a lot of different voices. And we need to make sure that we're careful to stay on the straight and narrow path.